Long time no see. So this is a 2015 Camaro SS 6-speed manual transmission, and it is just a bolt-on car with a Texas speed camshaft. I'm not exactly sure what. I'm sure I could dig it up, but it seems like it's whatever stage 3 or at least the stage 4 that they offer. Anyway, it was tuned on pump gas, and we did first roll in here like I always do. Nice roll in check. Brought it up through the gears and rolled in, and you can see about half throttle. It's showing knock, but a lot of times these really big cammed LS3s do, and I end up having to raise the ceiling or the basement, whatever you want to call it, sensitivity on the knock sensors. Just the cam and the valve springs and all the valve train noise, in my opinion, I just need to dumb them down a tiny bit, because you can put a super safe amount of ignition in and they still show the same amount of knock retard. Anyway, moving right along, I only get the throttle open, wide open about here, and I notice that it has 22 degrees at this gram cylinders. So this is like my feeler. So I want to see how much I have at cruise. I want to see how much I have by the time I get wide open. So I'm close to the 7.0 range, and 3,000 here. I doubt that this is doing anything for it power wise. So I wanted to put less spark in at 3,000. I wanted to have 22 degrees up higher, but the stock tune is funny like that. So I just rolled back out of it. Spark has a lot down low and not really that much up top. Anyway, that stuff's weird. So I checked all this out and I rescaled everything. And this was my roll-in 292 wheel, engine speed, torque. There we go. So that was my roll-in. Then I made my small adjustments. Like, I think I even wrote here, some small knock, probably cam noise, 13.0. I'm going to add some fuel after this. So you can see here, so down low, we go wide open about here, and it's at 0.7 grams, and I have 12 degrees in it, and no pinging. And right about here, it is showing noise again, and this is where I just went in and I raised the, you can usually hear this stuff pretty easily. On the dyno, you can hear, at least I can, the LS engines crackle. They sound like nails in a paint can. You just jamming around. So we got our nice wide open stuff going on. We just have to mitigate this false knock, is what I'm calling it. Other people might think I'm dumb. Anyway, we'll see. So this is like a 13.0 at the tailpipe. What I wanted to do is add a little bit of fuel there. So that was my first full swing 476, exactly what I expected. Most full bolt-on cam stock cylinder headed LS3 cars that I tune make about 475 on this dyno, so keep all that in mind. And what I kept doing was slowly adding a little bit of fuel and spark. So this was a 12.2 and 24 degrees up top, and see, I raised the basement on the knock sensors, and it's starting to go away. The noise is going away. So what we run into here is, I got wide open. Yeah, I only have 12. I like to do 12 and 22 first and then keep moving on. So here it gets to 24 up top, and 1.0 cylinder grams for spark part of the table. And I kept messing with the idle in between flashes, got it to idle nice. So I fattened up the fuel again, and this is where I changed so we don't have false knock anymore. No more spark interfering. And then on this last one, you can see I kept chipping away at it. 490, 492, 491.95 if you want to be funny about it. But, small gains each time. If we go from, they add up. The first one here makes me look good. If we quit here, of course, this result ends up looking really good. So I was pretty impressed with the 492 wheel on the stock cylinder head. And if you look at 350 foot-pounds of torque from 3,000 to 7,000, that's pretty awesome. And then it made 440 peak, but it makes 400 foot-pounds at 3,600. and it carries that 400 foot-pounds to 6,300-ish. Pretty awesome if you look at the power down there. And then let's take a look at that last log. 24 or 26 up top. I think I miswrote that. I put another 2 in it. It has small gains. Very small. So I ended up putting, yeah, there's 18 in it down low. It seemed to pick up a little bit of torque every time and not ping. And up top here, what does it have in it? Way up near the rev limiter, it's got about a tickle of 27. So we pushed for that last little bit amount, but it did happen. So, and then this was a 12.2 air fuel at the tailpipe. So the intake setup seems to be working really good. The map sensor doesn't really drop off at all. I thought it does a very tiny bit. Way to put your foot in your mouth, dude. But yeah, 3 kPa or so. Really very good. So hope you enjoyed today's overview and dyno pulse.